What was the thinking behind sending Washington Sundar and Dubey ahead of AB de Villiers?
It was probably with the spinners, left-right hand combination. It's quite difficult for a spinner or any bowler to settle when there's a left-right combination. We saw with KL and Gale at the end, it was quite difficult to keep consistent lines and lengths. But yeah, look, it was sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But in saying that, boys hit some good blows, so you know, not the worst thing in the world.
You smashed 28 of the 8 balls. What did you make of the pitch for batting, and did you feel you had enough on the ball?
I did feel we had enough. Obviously, the wicket was getting a little bit slower towards the end. Look, when I come in, it's about just doesn't matter where it pitches, I've got to hit the ball. So whether the wicket's slow or not, you've got to swing as hard as you can and hopefully connect. So like I say, we did think we had enough. Maybe leaked a few boundaries. Maybe got our game plan slightly wrong, but for us to get it to the end like that, to get it to the last over, to the last ball, I'm quite proud of the boys. They stuck in there, and you know, when the game's almost completely gone by the time the second last over's bowled, to get to the last ball was a good achievement. I'll take the positives out of that.
Do you think RCB could have forced the pace in the middle overs when runs came only in singles?
Oh, it's easy to say that now. Look, I think they did bowl very well. Their spinners tied us up and their seamers tied us up nasty. So, look, after the game you can always say we should have done this, we should have did that. But you know, I think we had enough runs and we possibly should have defended that. But like I said, a lot of positives. The sun will come up tomorrow and we focus on the next game.
How difficult is the challenge to bowl to Gale? He takes his time, but then manages to make up for the big hits.
Yeah, look, he's got a lot of experience. I mean, you know, the way he took his time, the way he got the pace of the pitch, and you know, decided to explode when he did was the right time. You know, just one of those things. Class players. He's got a record like he does for a reason, and you know, he played really well tonight. Obviously, him and Kyle. I think all their batters played really well. They summed up the conditions. Maybe one or two fell into their favour with balls landing in no man's land or just over fielders, but that's the game of cricket. We all arrived today knowing someone was going to lose, and unfortunately, it was our turn today. So yeah, kudos to them. They played well.
And the last question for the day: talk us through the last 2 overs. What was the approach in the last one in particular?
For us or for them? For us. No. Well, look. I mean, a spinner is always difficult to get away, especially with someone that's as clever and as sly as Yuzi Chahal. But you know, we took a punt. We used our seamers at the end to try get as close as we could. But the way Yuzi changes pace, changes lines, I think it was very good. And the guys to stay calm under the ball, or when the ball was coming to them, was very good. You know, anything can happen in the last over of a game. Doesn't matter how many runs are needed. Whether guys need 20 off and they actually get the runs and they smack it, or whether we need to defend 3 in the last over. So that's T20 cricket. Unfortunately, that's the way the game goes. And you know, like I said, to get to the last ball is a feather in our cap, and the boys deserve to take the positives out of that game. And you know, like I say, we've got quite a tough game in 2 days' time, so we need to focus on that. And if we can win that, it's been a good run for us in the quick turnaround.